Now joining us, we have someone special. It is the MD and CEO of Mercedes-Benz India, Mr. Eberhard Kern. Eberhard, good to see you.
Good to see you, Sid.
And nice to see you in here for a change.
Yeah, welcome to the Mercedes-Benz factory here in Pune.
Thank you so much. It's been something we've been wanting to do on the show for some time. So it's nice to be in here. And like I said, we've always been meeting at all the launches the last few months now.
Yeah.
So this is a little change of scene. But that's also because you've been doing so many launches, right? So it's been a busy time.
Yeah, it was quite a busy time, but I'm completely with you. I'm always happy to be here at our shop floor in the factory. You know, that's the real life where everything is going on. For example, here, the assembly of a new GL 350 CDI.
It's interesting how you have offtake for such vehicles also. I mean, there's so much demand still in the market, despite the fact that, you know, the overall picture, we've just finished the last financial year and we've had the declaration of figures from SIAM, and things didn't look good. Even in the luxury space, we've seen a little bit of pressure. And yet, you know, you can't seem to make enough of these. So how does that work out for you? Because on the one hand, the market seems tough, and on the other hand, certain sparks remain. So how do you balance it?
Yeah, you are completely right. The overall market was challenging now already for 2 years. This is not how it is in Mercedes. We had a very, very good year 2013 with more than 30% of growth. The Q1 of 2014 was as good, plus 27%.
Yeah.
We sold more than 2,500 Mercedes per quarter. This we never did before. Yes, on the GL as well on the ML and on the new S-Class, we are short in supply, so our customers have to accept a bit of a waiting time. Mercedes is doing well despite all the environment and all the economical situation around us. This might have to do with the attractiveness of our products. You know,
Let's say that.
You know, we follow a approach. We call it the year of excellence, and this is exactly what Mercedes-Benz India and all the dealer partners here in India are trying to do every day in every single customer contact. We like to delight our customers and hopefully more and more get really attracted to Mercedes-Benz.
I want to talk about what's happening at the dealerships, but before that, let's talk about the plant. Now, ever since you started this plant, the intent was always there that you're going to keep scaling it up. So already you're at about 10,000 units capacity, and you've got the new plant coming up, the next shop floor that's coming up. That's more or less ready. Should be ready soon.
Yeah, it is nearly done. We are in the final stage. You're right. This is actually a capacity of 10,000 units of cars, what we can produce in a year. The new paint job, what we inaugurated 2 years back, is already at a capacity of 20,000, and now body shop and assembly will bring as well to the level of 20,000. It will be ready in a few weeks or maybe 2-3 months time. What makes us very much future ready? Today we assemble, as you probably know, the GL, the ML, the S-Class, the E-Class and the C-Class.
5 models.
And we are going to add more models to our Indian manufacturing.
That's something I've been asking you consistently about, you know, when does the A and when does the B, and then of course in the future the CLA, the GLA, when do they start getting productionized? The reason I asked first about the A and B class is because those cars have been in the market for some time. So you'd like to ideally, I'm sure, start assembling them locally just to be able to gain a little more, you know, of a profitability angle to those cars as well.
Yeah, we take this decision very soon. It's not only the A and the B class. There are much more models out of this so-called new generation cars. We just showcased in February at the Auto Expo the CLA 45 AMG. We showcased the new GLA. The new C-Class is around the corner. So you see the portfolio, the global portfolio of Mercedes-Benz is getting more and more attractive, and what we will do, we pick out of this portfolio those cars what fit best to the Indian market.
We can't wait, I can tell you that. But is there going to be a sort of a division that this particular plant will continue to make the existing models and only the new ones come out of the other one, or will there be a mix?
Yes and no. The new ones, of course, will be produced mainly in the new facilities what are near to ready right now. But there are some common functions, of course, in this production.
Some flexibility will remain.
Process, yes. There is a lot of flexibility in. We use the paint job, of course, for all the models, for example. It's all about a intelligent way of set up the production here.
Is that more to do with SUV, sedan, that kind of a split, or is it more to do with the platform sharing?
Actually, no, it's not SUV and sedans. If you look into this production hall here, here we have all the 5 models assembled in one hall. The S-Class body shop is already located in another production hall. So it has to do with some space questions, it has to do with some logistics. But our team here in manufacturing is very experienced, and I'm sure they know exactly what to do and when to do.
Given the kind of trend we've been seeing, not just in India but globally, just this massive pull still that exists for SUVs, you now have perhaps one of the most exciting portfolios. There was a time when Mercedes was seen as weak in the SUV arena. Now you've got a very strong GL, very strong ML. You've also got the new GLA, and then of course we are still waiting for the next GLK as well. What's the kind of message you are sending back from the Indian operation to the headquarters when it comes specifically to SUV?
Yeah, if we look into the different segments of Indian market, in the luxury space, SUV segments are growing faster. We are quite happy that we have the ML and the GL now here, both locally manufactured. Still demand is higher than the supply, but we are well on track. The G-Wagon is a very unique SUV in our portfolio, with a lot of fans all over India. But there are 2 very interesting segments in the market, in the luxury market, where we are not in right now. This is the small size and the mid-size luxury SUV. The GLA we showcased a few more months, and the car will be here in India. And you are right, the GLK, the current one, it's a beautiful car. Unfortunately not available as a right-hand drive. We are eagerly waiting for the next generation. What will come, of course, with a right-hand drive, and this car fits as well very much to India.
The last time I spoke to some of your board members, they've actually promised that there will be a right-hand drive, so we're waiting for that. You've shown these cars at the Auto Expo, as you said, especially something like the GLA. I mean, it seems to hit the sweet spot when it comes to the Indian market. What's the kind of response your dealers are telling you now that they're getting? Because people must be coming in and asking about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of pull effect. Our dealers, of course, are pushing us hard to get it
Bring the car now
as soon as possible. You know, it was globally, it was launched just last month as a left-hand drive. It takes a few more months of time to get the right-hand drive and to get the Euro 4. Well, we still need the sulfur in our diesel fuel is still too high for Euro 5 or Euro 6. So, but we are on the way, and we are very much looking forward to this product.
And how do you keep that customer interested in the meanwhile, before the car comes in?
You know, the Indian Mercedes-Benz customers, many of our customers are very much globally exposed. Many of our customers are traveling around, very much are in the online space, so our customers know exactly what's going on globally. Actually, that's the reason why we bring always the latest technology and the latest models at the earliest possible time to India. There's a lot of information available on our website, on the international website. Many magazines or TV shows carry the GLA in other countries, and you know, information is there, information is available, and those of our customers who are waiting for the GLA, they keep themselves, of course, updated over there. What we do actively from our side, we have a kind of customer relationship program in place, and we are interacting with our existing and as well the future customers in a very regular way.
Now you already heard, I mean, you've shown the CLA 45 AMG. People already know that there's also a regular version, if you will, of that car. And you've indicated that, you know, India is under consideration for that model as well. Your rivals are also talking about that kind of a compact sedan. I mean, the Audi A3 we know is coming this year. There is some talk about a 2 Series, we'll see. But the point I'm getting at, what's the kind of response you seem to be picking up on that segment? Because that's almost a new space.
Yes, it's a very sporty sedan, what we are talking about. India anyway is very much a sedan and a SUV market. Luckily, from our point of view, the A-Class created this luxury compact segment and is doing very well still.
And made it desirable as well. So
Yeah. Together with its sibling, the B-Class, what is the more practical car. A-Class is a lot of design and style, and it's a high-quality car as well in the interiors. Much appreciated by our younger customers, especially here in India. A lot of women we see in the A-Class, so I'm quite happy that this luxury compact segment took off with the new A-Class. It's a kind of pioneer. But coming back to the CLA and coming back to your question, yes, there is a market for these sporty sedans, and I'm very sure that the new C-Class and the new CLA, but both target different segments of the market. They fit very good to Indian market, and there will be no issue having both of the cars at the time together in the market, because the C-Class targeting the more traditional customers with traditional values, very much software driven, and in the CLA it will be different. These are the more active customers, loving to drive by themselves, eager to have a very stylish and sporty look of the car. So I'm quite happy that we are going to have this choice of products in the Mercedes-Benz portfolio, so you don't have to look anywhere else.
With the new C-Class, of course, when it does come, you might probably have some of those guys wanting to drive themselves, because the car is again a little bit more dynamic.
Yeah.
This growing segment of buyers, which is choosing to drive the car themselves and not get into the back.
Yeah.
That's of course a good thing for any car maker, but how do you specifically address that at the dealer end? I mean, is there a different way of approaching that customer to try and emphasize the drivability factor of these cars?
Yeah, usually the most convincing argument to go for a Mercedes-Benz is just as a test ride. And that's what our dealers are providing anyway. We support this additionally by a number of marketing actions, what will happen out there at our dealerships in the different cities of India. We will have a so-called AMG performance tour, where we take not only the, let's say, normal Mercedes-Benz portfolio out to our potential customers, but as well the AMG range. And as soon as CLA is available and GLA will be available, of course we add those cars to this AMG performance tour. It is the best way to experience a Mercedes-Benz.
Getting into the car, the seat of your pants experience, nothing can ever beat that. That I agree with. So tell me this then. Now, the last few months you've had your hands full. You're already surprising us by, like I said, expanding the AMG range as well. And of course, we know you've got lots of other models coming. Going forward, is it now fair to say that you're in a better position to start aiming for a very comfortable seat at the top? I know you've never wanted to go after the #1 spot in India, and you've never consciously talked about that, but isn't that just a natural progression now for you?
Now, what Mercedes-Benz would like to have is delighted customers. It's all about excellence.
You'd like to have the #1 spot too.
We go for a profitable and sustainable business.
Fair enough.
And the more customers we convince of the brand Mercedes or Mercedes-Benz AMG, the higher the numbers will be. Finally, numbers are the outcome of hard and good work. And we have a fantastic team at Mercedes-Benz India and at all of our dealerships. So I'm very much convinced that this success story, what we wrote now for 1.5 years, will continue into the future. We will see where it ends up. I anyway can't comment on any competitor.
Fair enough.
We try to do our job and we try to do it right. And we try to do it with our customer, the Mercedes-Benz customer in focus.
Yeah.
And in continuing to do that, I'm quite sure this success story of Mercedes-Benz in India will carry on.
Tell me this. The last 18 months that you mentioned, that you've put in so much effort to get this to the point where we are now. It started by looking at improving the dealer network, getting in a lot of packages to make the after-sales experience a little more comfortable for a lot more buyers. Then of course you've had the product offensive, and now you've got the new plant coming up as well, so it gives you a lot more strengths with the local production. It will become the, what that makes you, I guess, the highest producer of premium cars in India. So now that you're armed with all three, what do you think is going to make a big difference for you in this year?
You're absolutely right, Sid. It's several pillar approach. You have to take care about the network, about all these customer drive experiences. We have to take care about total cost of ownership, what we did, all the financial programs, the leasing, the after-sales programs, the extended warranty, the roadside assistance, everything is in place. We of course look into the portfolio. We try to get our portfolio widened, but in an intelligent way. Yeah, it's not about just adding as many products and engines and configurations as possible. No, it has to be an approach what is fitting to the Indian market. We have to be able to handle the complexity as well. You can't just add model by model and expect from your guys here in production to produce everything at a time. That's not possible. So it's very much an integrated approach of taking the business forward. And our production facilities here, including the new one, there I'm really happy because we are the only luxury car manufacturer being already future ready. Yeah, we have the capacities in place. We are already at a point where we can say, okay, let's start off. Let's add additional products to production. Let's increase the capacity. Yes, there we are in a quite a beneficial position. None of our competitors is there yet. So I'm more than happy that our headquarters in Germany support this approach of investing into India and having everything in place. Whatever will happen in future, we are already there.
Well, you know, having the plant is one thing. Getting a guaranteed supply of kits from the headquarters is another, because a lot of these models we're talking about are very popular outside India too. I mean, the GLA has taken off now. Yeah. The CLA has already done well. So, so what is the promise or the assurance from headquarters when it comes to that supply?
Yeah, very luckily Mercedes-Benz globally is in high demand. We just had the best year ever. Last quarter was the best quarter ever.
Yeah.
Last month, March, was the best month ever globally.
Yeah.
So there is quite a good development overall globally. Yes.
So how does India get the priority then in that scenario?
You know, I'm really convinced that what happened the last 18 months will continue into the future. We are in the focus, yeah, we are on the global landscape. India is one of those
countries.
Listening
to you.
India is one of those countries where we developed a strategy called Mercedes-Benz India 2020.
Yeah.
So we have regular exchange even with the board in Stuttgart, in Germany. And what I experienced so far is a lot of support. Whatever wish and idea we have, our colleagues over there in headquarters not only listen to us, they even try to make it happen, and they made it happen in several cases, and this is going to continue. India is one of the future Mercedes-Benz markets, and we have all the priority. We need to take it there.
That's great to know. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure and great to be with you in the plant today.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
To be here. Come soon back.
And I'm sure viewers will be very happy to hear that last bit, especially that the focus on India remains the India strategy when it comes to Mercedes-Benz very much intact. Thanks again, Eberhard.
Thank you.